Good morning, everyone. It is 5:27 a.m. I've been up, awake, and up, moving around, since sometime after 4. It has rained all night, so thank the Lord for sending the rain to wash my car and to water the ground. We have so needed rain. It rained most of yesterday. And the reason why I'm outside here is because I came out here about 4:45 and let Monster and Sadie out to go potty. And also I wanted to show you, I made this yesterday for Kitty, Miss Kitty Cat. I put this towel up on that table to try to block the rain from getting into this bed that she likes. And she was in there a while ago. Don't know where she went now. She loves that cardboard box. I've tried to put this tote in there. I had washed it out. It got dirty again, but I had washed it out and put blankets in it. And I put that under there so that it wouldn't, the bottom wouldn't get wet like the cardboard. And she would not go in that. She just wants to be in this cardboard box. I do have a blanket down there in the bottom to protect it, and it's really just this part of it that gets wet. And I have her water up there, and then I put her food up there, and I got some other stuff up there I need to put in my lean-to. But this towel, putting it that way, her blankets are dry, so that towel sheltered her. Like I say, she was in there a while ago, curled up sleeping. She must be out hunting now. You can hear Monster barking. She's being a monster. Monster wants to eat at this time. She's not going to get breakfast at this time. Let's look over there. Chicken coop. I heard a rooster earlier. Maybe it went back to sleep. Now, yesterday I took you down by the lake and I got some greenery. Well, this greenery that's here on my bench, I had gotten, actually I got it last week, but not enough of it. And the greenery that I got that I got yesterday down at the lake is in my car. Because let me tell you, I wish I could sit out here, but everything's wet. Oh, hey, beautiful lady. Where were you? Where were you? You're not going to eat this early either. No. Have to wait. If I start feeding these animals at almost 5:30 in the morning, I'm going to be doing that every morning, and I'm not. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. Oh, boy. I was coming down the road yesterday, and I was around by the lake area. Well, I was down the road by the dam. I was on the major road here. It's called Highway 78. And I got a phone call that I needed to take, and it was one of those kinds of phone calls that you need to pull over. because it had to do, well, with setting up a very important appointment in January. So I needed to pull over, make sure I had dates and times right and all that. And so um, I went on this side road. I turned off the major road, turned over to the side road, and then I thought, oh, at the Miss Kitty just jumped up almost on my shoulder. Hey, Miss Kitty. Um, oh, she just walked by you. Um, I got up on this side road and then I realized, oh, the dam is right. You know, go to the end of this road and take a right and go down and you're at the dam. I'll just go there and deal with this phone call. And so that's what I did. And like I said, it rained off and on yesterday, heavy, then light, and it was really cloudy. And you really should have had your headlights on yesterday to be safe. Oh, did you just sneeze? And so I got down at the dam and I was in the parking lot and shut off the car, had my headlights on, and I called back the person I needed to talk to, and I was going through the dates and times and everything, setting things up. All that time I forgot that my lights were on. Well, I got off that phone call and then I started to look something up on my phone that I needed to check. And well, neighbor's dog across the road. I hear that dog, but I never see it anymore. It's I don't know what kind of dog it is. It's a really big, black, friendly dog. And it used to wander over here at night. They'd turn it loose and it would wander all around here. And I have not seen it for quite a while. And I haven't even seen it in their yard. But I can hear it. You licking my hand. Oh, Miss Kitty Cat. When I got done on the phone, I went to start my car and leave. My battery was drained. Can you believe it? And it was pouring down rain. And of course, no one was down there at the dam fishing, that I could ask for a jump start. I stayed in the car and of course I prayed and prayed, God send me some help, send someone down here that wants to fish, or send someone down here that will just even come down here for whatever reason. Now this had to be about 3:30, and what I did was, I guess it got closer to 4 o'clock when I thought, oh, excuse me. I thought of someone that I know that works at that. I've showed it to you before. It's called InSync, IN-SYNC, and it is a rescue group for lions and tigers and things like that. Now, what's that lady's name? I think her name begins with a V that runs it. It's a nonprofit place, but it is just, maybe 2 minutes from where I was. I remembered I know a lady that works there, and I thought if I can get a hold of her, she would come down here, or should send one of the guys that work there and just give me a jump start. Well, I know who the lady is, but I don't have her number. So I called someone else that I know that knows her to see if they could get a hold of her. And they said, you know what? She changed her number and we don't have her new number. Oh. It's going to be a long day because I've been up since after 4. And that monster is being such a monster with that yapping. And I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm outside. Okay, so my other friend said, yeah, she changed her number and we don't have her new number. So I called the InSync place thinking if I get to talk to anyone, I can just ask for who I'm looking for. Well, um, they must have closed, for the day, or they were all out busy checking on all the tigers and lions and all those other animals because it went to the voicemail of every department. And so I didn't get anywhere doing that. And then, of course, the phone is dying because I can't charge it up because my car won't start. And so I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? Well, then I remembered, hey, I'm at the dam. It's called Lavon Dam. Even though it's here in Wiley, Lavon is the next town up the road. Well, like 2 minutes away from the dam is the Lavon Dam headquarters, where you can go in for information about the different parks we have. You can go in for information about the dam, um, the park rangers there. You get the idea. So I called there. Thank God they were still open. And I talked to some sergeant, and I told him he could probably see where I was because they have, I don't know how many cameras they have all around where I was. And I said what happened, and I said, could the park ranger, this kitty cat, you being a little restless, lady, but you're not going to eat this early in the morning. No, ma'am. I said, could the park ranger come down here and maybe just give me a jump, or could one of the other sergeants, because it's the engineers, Corps of Engineers. And he said, well, we're not allowed to do that. Can you believe it? And I said, well, no one is down here. And I didn't know who else to call. And he said, you could call the police, the non-emergency number, or you could call a tow service to come to give a jump, which would cost quite a bit of money. Can you hear a kitty purring? I thanked him, and I said, well, I'll just wait. I did say, well, when you close and you're on your own time, could you just come down here to give me a jump? And he said no, for whatever reason. I will also say that about 3 of the people that work at that place passed me when they did close, because, see, the road that goes over the dam has been shut down to public traffic for years, actually since 9/11. And they open it up for the people that work at the dam headquarters, for them to cut over so they don't go on the main road where all the traffic is to get back to where they live. And where I was parked, I'm facing the lake, but off to the right is the dam, and on top of it is that road. And it was, time was going by while I was there, and so I saw 3 pickup trucks, go over that dam, and they're the only ones that can go, is the people that work at that headquarters. So they passed me. They knew already, because I was on camera, that I was down there. But even on their own time, they just kept going. Well, I was waiting and waiting. It was getting now after 5, and it gets dark early. It hadn't yet got dark. And what he did tell me to do was, he said, well, since you're sitting there, just get out and put the hood of your car up, because if someone does go down there, maybe to go fishing or just drive down there, if they just don't see my hood up, they won't know that I could use a jump. But if I put my hood up, that'll let them know. And that's true, and it's a good idea. But you know what? I was raised in the city in very bad areas, and after I thought, I am not going to sit here, down here alone with my hood up and let people know that basically I'm stranded because, you don't know who's going to go down there. And if they see that, I just felt like I'm vulnerable, and they wouldn't know that my phone was dying, but I knew that it was. And so I thought, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to ask just anyone that comes down here for a jump either. If an older couple had gone down there to just look at the rain or the lake, I might have asked them, but then I don't want to scare them. It's just you have to be a little street smart and be wise. Well, time was going on, and I thought, I'm going to call the police, the non-emergency number. I don't know if they will come help or not, but also they'll at least know that I'm down here. I don't think the police station has cameras down there. I just know that the headquarters, the Corps of Engineers headquarters, has cameras down there. So I called the non-emergency number and I talked to a nice lady. Excuse me. This damp, wet weather isn't good for asthma. And I explained everything and told her how I did call the headquarters of the dam and they wouldn't help. They said they couldn't. And I tried to call a friend that works down the road, and I went through the whole thing. Everything I've just told you, I told her. She said, I'll send someone down there. Well, in about 5 minutes, a very nice officer came, and he said, you need a jump? Because I didn't have my hood up. I wasn't going to leave that hood up. And so even though I told the dispatcher what car I was in and I was the only one there, he still came and said, are you the one that needs the jump? And I said, yes. He said, no problem. And he had one of those, what do you call it? We didn't have to use like a cable on my car and a cable on the cruiser SUV. He had one of those battery packs, I guess is what you call them. And you know what? God being my helper, one day I'm going to buy me one of those. I see them online and different places. And I think that is something I need to invest in. Well, in minutes, he had the car running, and oh, did I thank him. I said, I really didn't think when I called that they would send someone out to help. And he said, well, of course we would. You know what? I didn't tell him this, but I'll tell you where I come from. I mean, I'm thankful for police, right? And Bible tells us to pray for those that are in authority and respect them and all that. But I can tell you the city that I come from, the police don't stop and help you. They do not. They will pass you by. And I don't know if it's because there's been so many incidences between citizens and police back home, or if they're not allowed to stop and assist you. But even if they can't, they can stop and see what's wrong and maybe see if you need some other kind of help, or could they call someone for you, But I can just tell you from several experiences back home, the police, if this had happened back home, I'd still be stranded there, probably. Miss K Cat. Well, I thanked that cop and asked him for his, I couldn't read the name on his shirt, but he told it to me. And I said, I'm going to post it somewhere publicly, online, and let the community know that the Wiley PD and this officer came and helped. And he said, well, we would appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I thanked him. And so that's what happened. Now today, let's see, this morning I have to go down to Plano to Baylor, which is the big hospital. There's the hospital, like where they have patients, and then there's the medical buildings, 2 Baylor medical buildings, which is all doctors, and then the huge Baylor Heart Hospital. where they do heart surgery and all that. And I have to go down to my neurologist is down there in one of the medical buildings for my follow up. I have to go every 3 or 4 months for a follow up with neurology for the Chiari malformation and the syringomyelia and all the neurological issues I have. And I need to mention to him today about how I've had several bad incidences of the vertigo. And I think that appointment is around 11 o'clock. I'll check to make sure. Can you hear the roosters? One of mine is crowing, and then one, if I can show you, across the field is crowing. And this goes on every morning. They get each other going. Let's see. And Monster's still barking. Way down there, believe it or not, across that field. Now that tree line there is still part of my landlord's land, and that is a, what do you call it? A light. I know that it's a light, but how can I? Well, it's a light down there on that part of the land. Like this kind of light, like we have here. There's one way down there, but way down across that, there's a rooster that crows every morning. Well, I'm going to get back in. I'm going to drink some more water and make some hot tea. I'm drinking those fruity herbal teas that my friends gave me when I met up with them a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to tell Monster to stop being a monster. You can't, or I can't, and I won't, start feeding these animals at 5:30 in the morning because, it's a bad habit to start. And I wish Miss Kitty would not get in that box with, it being wet like that. I have to figure something else out, but she will not go in that tote. And she's also going to have to wait to eat. But you're so pretty, Miss Kitty Cat. Miss Kitty. Everybody loves you. Oh. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you later.